On today's show, as you can see, Scott is traveling. He is not over there on the other side of the screen. But I have a very special guest, and I can give you a hint. His initials are SC. Yes, that's right. SC is going to be on the show today. Not USC, just SC. But stay tuned for a very exciting special Christmas show. Welcome to What Happens to the World Today. I'm Steve, and Scott is traveling today. But this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show. And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And what you may notice is there is a background on Scott's side. And while Scott is traveling, I was hoping we could get a special guest to come and be on the show with us today. So, Mr. Special Guest, are you there, Mr. Special Guest?
Rudolph, will you settle down? I have got to get in the room for camera work.
Mr. Special Guest.
But
Mr. Special Guest, can you hear me?
I hear Steve. I'm coming. I'm coming.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Merry Christmas. How are you?
I am awesome. And how are you, Santa?
Oh, I had a practice run tonight because, Christmas is coming up really, really quick.
Yeah, well, this is the 13th of December. So this is Thursday. So you only have, I guess like 11 more days.
Yes. So everything's working pretty good. We just had the sleigh inspected. Rudolph took the team out, and everybody was in good shape.
Well, Scott talks about DOT inspections all the time. Does the sleigh have to get a DOT inspection also?
Well, no, but can you imagine if I wasn't careful and I broke down midway, how many disappointed children there would be?
Yes, definitely. I just love that you work on magic and you fly on Christmas spirit and all of those wonderful things. So I'm glad Scott is out traveling today. However, I am glad that you were able to make it and be on the show with us.
Well,
so
of course.
With me and Scott in spirit. So I have to ask, is Scott on the naughty or the nice list?
Well, it all depends on which day of the week it is.
Really?
Yes.
So Scott has a furnace in his office. So maybe a lump of coal wouldn't be so bad for him.
From what I understand, his furnace is natural gas, so coal would probably gum up the works.
Oh. But he could light it and still use
underwear, however.
Yes. So, do I dare ask, am I on the naughty or the nice list?
Well, I usually don't tell the people, because what I do tell them is make sure you only have a short period of time that you're doing everything good. No more dirty clothes on the floor. Don't make your wife do all the housework. All the good stuff.
I did my own laundry today, so I did that. So I took care of that. And dirty laundry's not on the floor; it's actually still in the dryer. I have to go get it. So I'm doing good, Santa. Thank you.
And I also heard that you want what was it? Something about whole food, plant-based food, huh?
Yes, whole food, plant-based. That's right.
The only bad part about that is most of the cookies, of course, work pretty good, but I drink milk like crazy, and that's a dairy product.
Yes, it is. But that's okay. I have vegan cookies for you here, and they're really good.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'll find out when I get there on Christmas Eve.
And you will have vanilla almond milk.
Vanilla almond milk. Well, I do like almonds.
Yes. And you do like vanilla.
I like vanilla.
And it's low in sugar, so you're good. And I'm going to pull this up over my head because I'm wearing my Santa golf sweatshirt.
Hole in one. Aha.
Yep. I'm Santa golfing.
Wait a minute. That is the strangest looking Santa I've ever seen.
Is it?
I look like what was that cartoon with the guy that had the two guns and the
Elmer Fudd?
No. He only had the shotgun.
I don't know.
Like a cowboy, a bad guy.
Yosemite Sam?
Short. Yes, that's it. Yosemite Sam. It
looks like
Yosemite Sam in my outfit.
Ah.
Oh, one of my elves just messaged me.
What did the elf message say?
I don't know. It just went off. Let's see if I could. It's really hard to tell. I'm not going to bother with now because the show is more important.
Ah, okay.
Besides,
I'm sure there's things going on.
Harness.
I'm sure there's things going on that you have to take care of and all that. But I was wondering if you toured like these towns that go all out with their Christmas decorations.
Oh, it is amazing. There's a handful of towns that I've fallen in love with. Some of them, they really go crazy. And it's not the crazy that you see on those TV shows where they flick a switch and the rest of the city power browns out.
Right.
This is the whole city or town doing stuff to make everything look beautiful. It's a whole thing.
Well, this first town I don't even know how to pronounce.
Nacogdoches.
Massachusetts?
Nacogdoches.
Nacogdoches, Louisiana?
Yes.
Wow. They decorate their whole town square. It looks very, very nice.
It really does. And I'll tell you something. When I'm flying overhead, at that point, it gets kind of warm and muggy, and I'm not used to that. So sometimes my glasses fog up. That square makes it so much easier to find.
Ah, very nice. So here's the place that I knew would be decorated, but I didn't know it was here. North Pole, Alaska.
Of course, of course.
I didn't know the North Pole was actually in Alaska.
It really isn't. The real North Pole is not.
Oh.
That is our staging ground and for training, our new help for the peak season. It's not like the old days when we only had, a couple 100,000 children in the world. We got, millions.
There's a lot of work for you to do.
Yes.
And then Branson, Missouri goes all out, which I really like. But they didn't mention, in addition to Branson, where it has the scenic railway and all that, it didn't mention Disneyland or Disney World, which also goes all out for the decoration.
But of course it does. But that's kind of one commercial entity. These are towns.
These are towns. These are where the people do it. And then there's Woodstock, Vermont.
Yes, yes.
So that's a really cool place to go. Now, here's a place that I've actually been to, Durango, Colorado.
Oh, yes, yes. I like that one. The only problem I have to be careful of is not to get too close to that old-fashioned locomotive. It makes my beard all full of soot.
Well, not only that, but it's actually an N-gauge railway. So It's actually a smaller size.
Yes, but it is functional. They used it for the mines.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. And then one of the other ones is Leavenworth, Washington, where the whole town, decorates up. And Leavenworth, Washington is kind of like a German town.
Yes, yes.
So that's pretty cool.
I have to be really careful because Rudolph has a affinity for German ale.
Oh, yeah. He's a bit of a drinker, is he?
Well, it's, he knows better than to do it on duty. But,
you said duty, Santa Claus.
Well, I certainly did.
Yes, you did. Okay, so here is one of my favorite places that I've actually been to, Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yes, yes, yes. They named it after me, of course.
Yep, and you can actually go there. My favorite part was we used to take our Christmas cards, and we used to take them to the post office there, and then they would be stamped as the postmark was Santa Claus, Indiana.
Correct.
Which is very cool.
Very nice. I like it.
And I was surprised that Williamsburg, Virginia, which is actually known for, all of the, Jamestown settlements and all that stuff.
Yes.
From that Williamsburg embraces Christmas so much that they actually named themselves the best Christmas town in America.
Yes, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. They are definitely right up in that top 10 there. So I let them get away with it because who's the judge?
Well, they actually, Busch Gardens is in Williamsburg, Virginia. Speaking of drinking, Busch Gardens is there, and they also boast that they have the biggest Christmas light display in North America, which I was really surprised.
I'd say it's pretty close.
Yeah. And then here's one of my favorite ones. I've seen this a few times. They have a boat parade in Newport Beach, California, with all of the boats decorated. And I've even seen you riding on one of the boats in one of the parades.
Well, here's one of the advantages to that. There's a couple islands out there with just a few houses on it. And every once in a while, those lights help a lot.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
It does. Now, there's one other place that I probably should mention to make it an even roundup 10. And it's really close to your old hometown stomping grounds. Do you remember a community called Rosemont, Illinois?
I do remember Rosemont. And right off the expressway.
Pretty good job, too. The only thing I don't like about it is it's kind of a gated community now, so they can't just let anybody in. So not enough people get to visit it.
Yes, but you can see it from the expressway, which is
You
nice.
certainly can. And of course, since I'm up in the air, I can see it really clear.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, do you have what are some of your favorite things that you'll be giving out this year?
Well, you mean what is the most requested stuff?
Okay, that
Yeah,
could be a
'cause
question.
I give away what the kids want. I don't have a personal favorite.
You don't?
No, I mean,
Doesn't Santa have a favorite?
well,
I'm
my
sure that
favorite is
with all
milk and
those
cookies.
toys, you didn't find something that you like.
Well, okay, yes, it's true. I must admit. Hang on, I got to make sure nobody's listening. All right, Santa likes Legos.
Very good. Has Santa
My
seen all the
favorite is
Lego
Millennium
movies?
Falcon.
Oh, the Millennium Falcon, huh?
Yes.
So have you seen all the Lego movies?
I will be honest with you. The elves, I'll watch them. I like the Legos themselves, but some of the movies are a little bit too corny for me. I have to deal with elves high on hot cocoa.
Yeah, there you go.
That's close enough to that.
That's great. What things would you like to tell everybody on this Christmas season that we should all know and that we should be doing and preparing for this Christmas season?
All right. The reindeer do like carrots. There's no doubt about it. And it's not just the orange part. They also like the leaves. If you can find those, they're a little bit more organic, and they do like that. Because if they eat too many carrots, by the end of the day, Santa's having trouble because they're starting to get fat.
Even with all the exercise and all the work that they have to do?
Well, you would think that would be the case, right? But I cannot tell you how many people leave giant bags of carrots. Just one or two is just like the cookies for Santa. One or two is more than sufficient because we're going to have lots of them.
Awesome. So where do you start? Where do you start your journey?
The North Pole.
Start up at the North Pole, and then
Yes.
and then where do you go on vacation after Christmas is over?
All right. I can't tell people that because I go incognito. I make sure that I look very similar to a pirate. That way I blend in where I go.
Pirates blend in where you go?
Yes, they do.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
Should we jump to a genuine positivity message?
Oh, we could do that.
Okay. So our genuine positivity message is from T.A. Barron. T.A. Barron is an author, and I wish Scott was here because this guy writes a lot of stuff, but he writes
Mostly fantasy, I believe.
He writes fantasy. He writes science fiction.
Yes.
He writes self-help. I mean, this guy's got a lot of books that he does. He's got novels. He's got books that inspire. He's got international books. He's got picture books. He does nature books.
And he also leaves me a nice message every year.
And he even has Merlin the movie. But he's got The Lost Years of Merlin, the Merlin saga, which there is a ton of them. And he's got a Merlin's Dragon trilogy and the Great Tree of Avalon trilogy and the Ancient One and Adventures of Kate and the Atlantis saga. I mean, he's got a ton of books out there. And when I say a ton, that's like 2,000. He's got nature books like Walking in Wilderness and the Rocky Mountain National Park, 100-year perspective. So
Okay,
this guy's
each
pretty
book weighs
impressive.
3 or 4 pounds. So even if you only had like 800, that'd be a ton.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive author. But his positivity message is a little bit about snow in the universe. So here's our genuine positivity message. It says, every piece of the universe, even the tiniest little snowflake crystal, matters somehow. I have a place in the pattern, and so do you. Thinking of you this holiday season, T.A. Barron.
Excellent.
So everyone has their place in the universe, and
like
he's
Santa.
thinking of you this holiday season. So I thought that was very, very nice. So one of the things that I want to find out about is new technology. So how has Santa been embracing technology, and how does that new tech help you keep up with the growing population?
All right. A lot of people are used to the old TV shows and cartoons and stuff, you know, of me running around doing things with no electricity or anything like that. Well, needless to say, when I first started doing this, there was less than 100,000 children in the world at any given Christmas. Now we've got more like 100 million children running around. And it's probably more than that. So what we've learned to do is embrace technology. My elves have built one of the most sophisticated computer systems you could ever imagine. Because needless to say, we have to make sure NORAD doesn't shoot us down and stuff like that. So,
but they track you. NORAD actually tracks you now, and you can actually.
There's only one reason why they track us, Our computer lets them track us. Otherwise, you can't see us. Oh, that's a really cool noise.
I have to answer this. Hello. I had to take that because that was important. Sorry. All right. So sorry about that phone call, but let's get back to NORAD tracking you because you allow them to track you.
Yes. Because using the between the technology and the old-fashioned Christmas magic that we use, we're pretty much invisible. That way, nobody can, accidentally come in and make a mess of us. Because there's other Grinches besides the Grinch.
Yes,
so
and we saw that from the movie The Santa Claus. There were other people.
Yes, that's correct. I let Tim Allen play me because he was able to grow the beard so well.
Yeah, and his name, you know what his name was? The character's name was Scott.
That's correct.
Just like my partner Scott. Isn't that funny?
But it wasn't him.
Wasn't him who? Scott who?
Well, Scott, your partner, was not
Scott in the movie that Tim Allen played. Yeah, I know that. In the Santa Claus.
So, but other than that, and of course, the reindeer special food, which we use already, it makes them strong enough to do what we need to do. But with the amount of stops we have to make, we are using quantum physics technology. It's literally zip, 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 zip. It's impressive.
Very good. Well, that is awesome. So with that, we should go to our phrase origin story, which is mistletoe.
Oh, Santa loves mistletoe. Mrs. Claus and I love it.
Mistletoe has a lot to do with mythology, too. I did not know that.
Of course it does.
But the plant was known for its healing properties. But unfortunately, it's moderately poisonous.
Yes, it is.
So do not leave it out for your pets to eat. That's also our public service endowment along to our phrase origin story. So it's really not a phrase origin story, but we decided to make these Christmas origins, right?
Yes.
These Christmas tradition origins. And their tradition from mistletoe being in the home could come from several places. The ancient Druids, because of the fact that it was green during the winter season and stuff like that. But there was a legend behind it with the Norse god, Balder. He was killed when he was pierced with a sprig of mistletoe because it was poisonous. And it was pretty funny because his mother and wife went to every plant and animal and got them to promise not to harm Balder.
Yes.
Unfortunately, according to the legend, she forgot to ask mistletoe.
Yes, because she thought it was
why mistletoe killed him.
How could that possibly harm him?
Right? So the gods managed to resurrect Balder from the dead, and the joy of his mother, Frigg, the mother of Balder, happened to be the goddess of love. She made mistletoe the plant of love and promised to kiss anyone who stood beneath it. And that is why you kiss while you're under the mistletoe.
Perfect reason for me, and I take advantage of it frequently.
Well, Santa, I want to thank you for being on the show with me today. Hopefully Scott will come back from his traveling. Is there anything else you'd like to tell everyone?
Let's see. What would I forget? Oh, yes. Have a very Merry Christmas and a joyous Festivus.
Festivus.
Yes.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Like that Seinfeld show.
There you go. Well, that's good. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision, then please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Be naughty or nice. Santa's making that list and he's checking it twice. So just be nice and get what you want for Christmas. But be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one. And Santa, you can tell everybody Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Be crazy, but you still amaze me.